If you stand at the Soka junction in Ibadan, the first thing that strikes you isn't the noise of the traffic. It is the visual shock. Right under the massive concrete pillars of the flyover, the ground is a total disaster. It is muddy, black, and covered in heaps of decomposing waste. To put it plainly, Soka Underbridge looks worse than it smells. Yet, this garbage dump is where human beings come every single morning. It is where mothers, fathers, and young people sit from sunrise to sunset, trying to sell food, drinks, and daily provisions. They are surrounded by flies, stagnant black water, and a heavy suffocating stench. They have no choice. This is where the buses stop, and this is where they must find their daily bread. The tragedy of Soka Underbridge is that it is actually a busy place. If you watch the road, at least 10 people walk right past the place every single minute. That is hundreds of potential customers every hour looking directly at what these traders have to sell. But instead of stopping to buy, these commuters hold their breath, cover their noses, and rush past. Christiana Alajulo sits in the middle of this muck every day. She has the goods, she has the traffic, but she does not have the sales. The foul air drives her customer away before they can even ask for the price.
Okay, let's talk about the smell. So people come, if people come here and perceive the smell, they do complain to our market, so they will not buy it, so they do complain every time.
Mrs. Christiana is frustrated because she watches hundreds of people look at her market every day, always hoping she could feed her family each day. But the customers keep running away because the environment around them is repulsive. Beside her, Mrs. Yetunde experiences the same struggle. She explains that when the wind turns, the toxic air becomes so unbearable that even the traders themselves have to abandon their goods and run for safety.
Everybody máa kọ́kọ́ tiẹ̀ sá lọ náà ni. Òórùn yẹn dẹ̀ ní kò sí bí yẹn ṣe lè fà sí mú téèyàn ò ní problem kọ́lọ̀ kó ṣàánú.
The statistics behind this reality are staggering. Ibadan generates about 635,000 metric tons of waste every day. Because the city waste management is struggling, about 80% of that trash is dumped in the open, and much of it ends up under bridges like Soka. To deal with the massive piles, people often set fire to that trash. When that happens, the thick toxic smoke from the burning plastic gets trapped under the low concrete ceiling of the bridge, mixing with the heavy exhaust fumes of the idling commercial vehicles. Elder Dauda, the babalọ́jà of Soka, describes the physical pain of working in these conditions. These traders are not lazy. They do not want to live like this. Mrs. Yetunde reveals that the local trader actually have to act as security guards, constantly chasing away people who drive down to dump their household garbage under the bridge. Without their daily unpaid labor of keeping dumpers away, the Soka Underbridge would have been completely blocked by trash. They are doing the government's jobs, but they are getting nothing in return except empty promises. Mrs. Yetunde says they are tired of the rumors of a cleanup.
Wọ́n ti ń sọ náà àárí changes kankan lé lórí pé wọ́n ṣe àárí changes kankan.
So wọ́n ti actually sọ pé wọ́n fẹ́ wá ṣe lọ́dún yìí nàbí bí last year.
Ọdún náà níbi mọ́ǹtì yìí gan èmi ò sí níbí báyìí. Mo jáde mo dé mo ráwọn kọ̀ọ̀kan tí wọ́n ń kiri kẹsẹ̀ kíní tí wọ́n ń lọ tí wọ́n ń bọ̀. Àti ẹ̀ sọ pé àbẹ́yọ́ fẹ́ bá wa tiẹ̀ wá nǹkan ṣe síbi bíbá yìí ni. Bọ̀ǹgòdè tún yá àwọn kan náà fẹ́ ṣe ni àwọn kálukú sáà ń kárí irú mọ̀. Àdẹ̀tún gbọ̀n kankan mọ́ ń pẹ́.
Christiana Alajulo believes that only strict laws and real enforcement will stop people from turning their place of work into a dump.
But if it's at the daily rules, very strict rules, I think people will adhere to it.
And for Elder Dauda, the solution is clear. They need the government to clear this place once and for all, and then build a physical fence to protect the space so that they can trade with dignity.
Well, you to me, never was you because fair, come on, Mama, we just be live to the same. Put that in my go by that in my book. And just come out our taxi.
As night falls over Soka, the end lamps of oncoming trucks cast long shadows over the black mud and scattered plastic. These traders do not pack up and go home to clean, comfortable places. They light their small lamps and sit right there, breathing in the fumes, waiting for the last bus to pass. The Soka Underbridge is a hard place to look at and an even harder place to breathe. But the people here are not asking for charity. Christiana, Yetunde, and Elder Dauda are simply asking for the basic right to work in a clean space to earn a living without having to sacrifice their health and their dignity. I am Samuel Adeyemo, reporting for Splash 105.5 FM Ibadan.
Ibadan ni mo wà o, Ibadan ni mo dé o, Ibadan ni mo wà o, Ibadan ni mo dé o. Ẹ wá ń dé kò bẹ́ẹ̀ bá mi lé